The training ground was quiet, too quiet for a place built on noise. Dust rose in thin waves as the morning sun hit the asphalt, turning it into a shimmering field of heat. A rookie stood at the far end, trembling with the kind of fear that I scented just about the task it is about being seen. She was new. She was inexperienced. She was the kind of soldier the others loved to underestimate. Then he sprayed her. Not with bullets, with ridicule. With a contempt so sharp it cut deeper than any weapon. A seasoned soldier, a man who had been through deployments and battles, pointed at her and laughed like she was nothing. "You think you belong here?" he sneered, his voice echoing across the range. She didn't answer. She didn't even flinch. But inside, her chest tightened like a fist. She had always hated being judged. She'd always hated being dismissed. She hated it the way you hate a wound that never fully heals. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who's listening. The crowd gathered around, drawn like moths to a flame. The other rookies watched, their eyes wide, unsure whether to laugh or look away. The instructors pretended not to notice. The base was a place where power was visible, where rank was everything, and where the weak were expected to stay quiet. But the rookie her name was Ava didn't belong to the category of weak. She had been quiet for a reason. She had watched too many people fall apart because they believed their own fear. She had learned to hold her emotions like a shield, and to keep her hands steady, even when her heart shook. The man kept mocking her. He was loud, and he was cruel, and he had no idea that his words were a trigger. Then something shifted. Ava didn't respond with anger. She didn't yell. She didn't throw a punch. She simply stepped forward, calm and measured, and pulled her sleeve up just enough to reveal the tattoo on her wrist. It was a small symbol, a simple line of red ink. But it meant something far more dangerous than any weapon. The crowd fell silent. I guess the tattoo wasn't just ink. It was a mark of a legacy, a mark of a history that most people didn't live long enough to understand. It was the kind of symbol that made even the toughest soldiers swallow their pride. And then the truth hit them all at once. Ava wasn't a rookie at all. She was the base's admiral. The man who had mocked her went pale. His laughter died in his throat. The air felt heavier, like the world had suddenly changed its shape. The crowd's murmur turned into a tense silence. Everyone stared at her, as if seeing her for the first time. Ava's eyes stayed steady, but inside, she felt a storm. She had not come here for revenge. She had not come to prove anything. She had come to test herself, to see if she could still be the person she wanted to be, even with the weight of her position. She could feel the moral conflict in the room, the question of whether power should be used to humiliate or to protect. The man finally spoke, his voice trembling. I didn't know." Ava's expression softened. She wanted him to understand. "I know," she said quietly. "But now you do." Then she turned and walked away, leaving a stunned crowd behind. No victory pose, no triumphant shout, just the calm confidence of someone who didn't need to prove her worth with violence. In the silence that followed, the lesson stayed, because respect isn't demanded, it's earned. And the quietest people are often the ones who carry the heaviest courage. Because strength isn't loud, it's deliberate, and it's unbreakable. And sometimes, the biggest mistake is underestimating the person standing right in front of you. If you felt this story, comment Admiral and subscribe for more stories like this. Your support means everything.